Okay, well, a whole bunch regarding the Oscars has transpired in the last few days, and right now I'm really pleased to be joined by one of the most respected voices in the award season's world, and she's the editor-in-chief of Thompson on Hollywood, Miss Ann Thompson. And Ann, let's start off with this. Summarize for us what has gone on over the last couple of days and where we're at right now.
Well, we lost the producer, Brett Ratner, under fire for his various salacious comments, politically incorrect comments, homophobic slurs and so forth, going on, Howard Stern promoting Tower Heist by being ridiculously crass and
not a good
doing
thing to do in Hollywood.
No, you can do it. You can do it to promote a movie. You can be as uncensored as you like with Howard Stern. Not if you're representing the august and prestigious Academy Awards.
Right, exactly.
That's therein lies the rub. And he didn't seem to realize that he needed to function in that way. And then the other, so he had to resign and everything. And then who's going to be the new producer? Well, Brian Grazer stepped in, and he was the producer of Tower Heist, and he's, the Academy's been trying to get him for a few years, and he's a great choice. I mean, he's going to, and then the next thing, he has to pick, who's going to be the new host. Eddie Murphy ankles, he's out, he's loyal to Ratner, which I totally understand. And then he's going to start fresh, Brian, and bring back, for the 9th go-around, Billy Crystal as the host.
Now, some people have been suggesting, and maybe you can comment on this, that Eddie Murphy was more asked to go, that not a lot of people were really on board with him, and with Brett Ratner leaving, they saw that as an opportunity to oust him to get somebody else, maybe like a Crystal that preferred. Do you think there's any truth or validity to those types of concerns?
I think that the Academy would have been fine with Billy being the host as long as Billy was fine. The problem there is that if you have a producer, the producer has to have full, reign to start from scratch, I think, and build the show that they have in mind. And I don't think they could do that with and Eddie. You understand from Eddie's point of view, he's got the writers, he's got everything set up with one, point of view and a vision. It has to start from the top with one vision. So I think it makes sense for Eddie to leave.
Now, in the past 24 hours or so, ever since it was announced that Eddie Murphy was stepping down, there's been a lot of discussion in the blog world, in the Twitter sphere, on Facebook, about who should. Now, we've ultimately landed at Billy Crystal, a choice I'm completely thrilled with.
Me too.
But
he's hysterical.
He is. I think he's fantastic. I think the highlight of last year's show was actually
he was great
when he was on. I think it felt like the Oscars again.
Well, some people were saying Ben Stiller would be, one possible host. Some people wanted to get Steve Martin back or Alec Baldwin, or so get Martin and Tina Fey to do it together because they always present well, beautifully, together. But I think that the Billy Crystal is. Here's the thing: the Academy's been going after this sort of younger demo. They've been trying to hip it up. They had this sort of, I think, disastrous Franco Hathaway pairing last year.
Oh, yeah.
You need somebody who's good on their feet, who can handle a live show, because that is a live show. It is, and there's a theater full of people there that have to help make it work. The Muppets might have been a little odd.
I was going to ask you about them next. Like, do you? There's obviously a huge push for them online as well, for people wanting to see them. Was there ever a chance that was going to happen, or is this
sure there will be.
Fantasy?
I believe that they were already being approached to be, on the show. They've done that in the past. They've presented. You can do one gig, skit where they're presenting. You can't do the whole show with them. I mean, there's a lot of infrastructure there. It would have been rough.
Well,
but they'll be. I'm sure we can count on them being on, and we can count on Tom Hanks, and we can count on Stiller and any of Grazer's cronies, to be on the show.
Listen, Ann, thank you so much for taking time to join us in this. We really appreciate it.
Sure.
Take care.